Okay, so welcome to our demo for day one in the DevOps. First of all, I'll give introduction about myself. So my name is Raham and I've been working as a DevOps engineer since past 5 years. So this is almost all like a 48th batch for me. So the batch you are currently I'm taking is 48th batch. So I'm working as a DevOps in R&D field. So till now I have worked on 3 startups as well as I'm working as freelancer too. So where I have worked on multiple tools. Like if you talk about DevOps, there are a lot of tools, right? So like if you ask in this course completely, we are going to learn like completely 12 to 13 tools, like including of AWS as well. Apart from AWS, you will learn 10 tools here. What are the tools and what are the stuff you are going to learn here? I'll tell you later. But first of all, let's have a brief demo about DevOps. I'll ask a quick question for all of you. So what is the meaning of DevOps, sir? Before I start the session, like I would like to hear it from your end. What is DevOps? DevOps is? Okay, tell if it is right or wrong, I'll correct you. If it is wrong, I'll correct you. If it is right, I'll appreciate you. Okay. So development plus operation. Next. Okay. So then still, like what do you know about basic? Like what is the meaning of DevOps? We are going to learn this course, right? So before starting to learn the course, it is always so better have like some minimal information about the course, but it's okay, fine. I'll teach you. So all of you comfortable with the screen, right? Is it clear for all of you? Fine. Okay, so online people are giving some queries, development and operation, continuous process. It's a methodology. Okay, fine. Let's open the demo here. So before I explain what is the meaning of DevOps, I'll ask a basic question like your normal general question. Do you know about e-commerce applications? What is an e-commerce application? Tell me an example. Flipkart, Amazon. So these are some of the example for e-commerce application. Let's take an example of e-commerce application to explain the DevOps. You can ask me, sir, what is the difference? Like, what is the comparison between e-commerce application and DevOps? You can ask me. By end of this example, you will get a clarity of DevOps. For example, in an e-commerce application called Flipkart and Amazon, I want to order a product. For example, let's take, I want to buy a mobile. The price of the mobile is 10K. How much, sir? I want to buy a product, like I'm investing my 10,000 to buy a product called mobile. I have two options here. First one is like this one, Amazon. Sir, Amazon guy will deliver the product within 2 days. How many days, sir? Okay. But same like we have one more e-commerce application called Flipkart. What we have on other hand? Flipkart. Sir, if I use Flipkart, this Flipkart guy going to deliver the same product, same mobile with same price on within 5 days. How many days, sir? Here, if you see, mobile is only one thing. Mobile is my product. What is the price of mobile? 10,000. And Amazon guy will deliver on how many days? Flipkart. Now my question to you is, which one you will sell it? Huh? Sir, why Amazon, sir? Fast. Correct or not? DevOps also same thing. DevOps also. I'll ask you a question. Sir, we are investing how much, how many rupees, sir, here? 10,000 rupees. Correct or not? I am investing 10,000 rupees and I expect my like my product to be delivered very speed. Correct or not? Same like companies are also going to invest some thousands of crores or not, sir? If I'm investing 100 like 10K here, I'm expecting my product to be delivered on as soon as possible. Same like when companies invest some hundreds of crores and thousands of crores, they also expect the delivery speedily or not, sir. That is the purpose why we are using DevOps. The main intention of using DevOps is to deliver the application into market very speedily. For example, I want to create an application called Instagram. What I want to create? I want to deliver that application called Instagram into market. Do I deliver that application very speedily or slowly, sir? Do I want to deliver it speedily or slowly? Why? Because we are investing some hundreds of thousands of crores, right? So we will expect some agility. Agility means speed actually. To make the process of delivering the application very speedily, we are using DevOps. What we are using? Is the point clear? So write your heading as DevOps and write the description. Like the very first point, you need to have clarity. I'm also going to provide the live notes for you. Click on new. It is 10:45. If I ask question to anyone, sir, what is the meaning of DevOps? Lot of people will tell, sir, DevOps is development plus operation. Correct only. But why to use DevOps? That is the main intention we need to understand. Before telling what is DevOps, sir, why DevOps, sir? To deliver application or software into market very speedily. Or simply, you can deliver application very speedily. Simple words, okay? Guys, like to learn any concept, we can use simple English as well as sophisticated English. So all of you are here from like minimal background, right? So we are not from NITs, IITs. No? So like we are from local colleges here. So some people will feel difficult to understand these words. So I'll use simple English for you to understand. Is it okay for all of you? Okay. Sir, why we need to use DevOps, sir? To deliver the application very, is the point clear for you? Okay. Sir, forget about DevOps for some time. First of all, you need to know something about called SDLC. What we need to know about? SDLC means software development life cycle. Okay. And one more thing, I am telling on day one itself, in my class, you no need to write the notes. If you are interested, you can write the notes. Why? Because I am writing the notes for you, right? I'll give these notes freely for you. Okay. If you want to write the notes, write. I'm not going to stop it. But these notes, by any chance, you will get it very freely now. So my intention towards you is, please focus on the class for some time. Okay. What is the meaning of SDLC, sir? Software development. I'll ask you a question, like in general, I'm asking, sir, currently your age might be 23 to 27 in middle. Of course, 27 plus as well. By borning directly, like when I born directly, I go up to 27 years, sir, or directly can I go to 60 years? There might be some process. Okay, that is called as human life cycle. Human life cycle means, first of all, we will be on infant stage. Which stage? Infant stage means when we crawl. That is called as infant. After going for infant stage only, I'll go to the child stage. From the child to teen. From the teen to adult, and from the adult to old. Correct or not, sir? Directly when I born, will I go to old stage? Or can I go to adult stage? There must be some specific process for human. Same like when we are creating an application, that application must need to follow some specific life cycle. So that is called as SDLC. SDLC means software development life cycle. If I want to create any kind of application, that can be any kind of application, every application need to follow SDLC. What it need to follow, sir? What is the meaning of SDLC? Software development life cycle. So first of all, let's understand the life cycle of a software and then go for the DevOps point of view. So click on present here. And one more thing, in my class, directly you are going to learn everything from the PPTs only. So these PPTs are animated, which will be more easy to understand the concept. Sir, let's take the human as example for our application. Sure. I'll ask you a question. For example, human is our application. Let's consider human as application. So to produce human, how many people we want? Father and mother we want, na? Same like to create an application as well, we need two teams. How many teams? Team number one is development. Team number two is same like to produce a child, we need to have father and mother, I mean like male and female. Here to create the application, there will be two teams. Team number one is development. Team number two is, sir, team number one that is called as development will do planning, coding, building, testing. I'll tell about this later. Team will do deploy, operate, monitoring. That means two teams will be there, development and operation. Development team will do planning, coding, building, testing. And team number will do deploy, operate, monitor. All of this together we can call it as software development lifecycle. What we can call it as? Let's go with the step-by-step process now. Sir, in the step-by-step process, first of all, what is the meaning of planning? Okay, I'll tell you. Whenever I want to create a software, first of all, I need to do planning or not, sir? For example, my application is Instagram. In that Instagram application, front end, I want to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Back end, I want to use Java, Python, and these kind of activities. And currently in my team, I have only 5 people. I want to hire 5 more people. Why? Because application is very big. We need to involve a lot of people. So like this, whenever we are going to develop an application, first of all, we need to plan for the application. What kind of programming language to use? How many team members will be required? What is the project time? And what is the budget? Everything we are going to discuss on planning stage. Which stage? Now stage number 2 is coding. Sir, once your planning is done, I want to write coding to develop application or not, sir? Next, we will go to the coding. We will go to where? In coding, you can prefer any kind of language. You can use Java. You can use Python. You can use React. Any kind of programming language we can prefer. Tell me one thing. Without planning, can I directly go for coding, sir? If I don't do planning, how can I write the code, sir? That means we are following life cycle or not. Are the first 2 steps clear for all of you? What is your step number 1? Planning. Here we are going to create some plan for the application. Step number 2 is, here we are going to select one programming language. In that programming language, we are going to write our application. That programming language can be anything. In stage number 3, you are going to build the application. What is the meaning of build the application? Means here we are going to add the dependencies. What we are going to add? Dependency means simple, sir. For example, if you write a code on Java, to compile the source code, you need to have compiler or not, sir? Correct or not? If you want to do testing, you need to install some testing tools or not, sir? That is called as building. The meaning of building is called as adding dependencies. What is the meaning of building? For every code, we have some dependencies. That dependency we are going to add. Clear now? And finally, what is the stage number 4 here? Testing. Testing means all of you know, right? For example, sir, let's do. I create an application called Instagram. What I created? Once I create the application for the Instagram, I want to upload the photo, sir. When I upload the photo, it is deleting directly. My application is working, but is it working fine? I create the application called Instagram. What is the purpose of creating Instagram application? To upload the photos. If I upload the photo, within next minute, it is deleting. Application is working, but is it working accurately? That means that is also we need to check. I create the application. Is the application working very fine or not? I am going to do it on testing activity. Which activity? So these are the 4 activities that is going to be done by the development team. Which team? So in development team, what are the activities we are going to do? First of all, planning, coding, building, testing. In planning, we are going to create the execution plan to develop an application. In coding, we are going to write the code to develop the application. Next, in building, what is the meaning of building, sir? Adding dependencies. Of course, for non-IT people like this, I'll show you practically, don't worry. Building means adding dependencies. Okay. Example, what you can tell in Java, if you want to compile the source code, you want to add compiler or not, sir? Simple definitions. Or otherwise, what you can take is dependency means if you have the bottle, what is the main purpose of using the bottle? To store the water. If I don't have cap, what will happen, sir? Everything will spill, right? So it is dependency. Without this dependency, we cannot work properly. Like simple real-time examples, like real-life examples I'm taking. What is your example number 4 here? I mean, next stage number 4. Testing. In testing, what we are going to do? Check the accuracy of application. How accurate our application is working. All of these 4 activities are going to be done by which team, sir? Development team. Correct or not? So now team 1 work is done. Who is team 2 here? Operation team. If you see here, development have done all of these activities. Later, the work is going to be taken care by the operation team. Operation team will do deployment, operate, and monitoring. I'll explain this. What is the meaning of deployment, operate, and monitoring? As a DevOps engineer, your first roles and responsibility is to do the deployment. What is your primary role, sir? Deployment. Of course, lot of people will tell about deployment. But if I ask you the accurate answer of deployment, no one will tell you. I'll tell it very clearly for you. Deployment means process of installing application in server. What is the meaning of deployment? Process of installing an application in server. Write this point. I'll tell only few points, not only that few points, okay? What is the meaning of deployment, sir? Deployment. Process of installing application in server. I'll tell about what is the meaning of server later point of time. Don't worry. Is it clear for you now? As a DevOps engineer, what is our main roles and responsibilities, sir? To do the deployment. What we are going to do on real time? Tell me what we are going to do. What is our main roles and responsibilities? Deployment. Correct? What is the meaning of deployment? Process of installing application on server. Okay, sir. How it will work is, I'll ask you a question. For example, I'm a developer, sir. Where developer write the source code on local laptop or not? I write the source code on my local laptop. Application is working very fine. Application is working very fine. That is Instagram application. Sir, currently where is my application? On my local laptop. What is the purpose of creating application? Means to give the application to end user. End user want to use the application. But where is my application here? In the local laptop. If you go and check my application in local laptop. Sir, I have my application on local laptop, sir. Can I go to all users and give my laptop to them to use it? Is it possible? Even if I break my laptop into 1000 pieces, it is not possible. Correct or not? You want to use the application, but application is on my laptop. In that case, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the application on server. Where I put the application? That means the process of installing the application into server is called as deployment. What we can call it as? Currently, application is on local, but I'm putting it on server. So installing the application from local to server is called as deployment. From the server, all the users able to use the application or not, sir? From the server, all of you are able to use the application or not? So that is called as the deployment. What we are going to call it as deployment. Is it clear for you now? It is our main roles and responsibilities. In our class, you are going to do deployment on 5 different methods. I'll tell you 5 projects on it completely end to end. Next, after deployment, we need to operate the application. Operating means updating, configuration. Okay, if I want to change any feature there, I am going to operate. Finally, what is the last stage, sir, here? What is the meaning of monitoring? Checking how my application is working on server. For example, if I put a application on server, 100 users are using the application. How my server is working there? 1000 users are using my application. Then how my server is working? For example, 1 lakh users are using my application. Then how my server is working? That I am going to do on monitoring. Where we are going to do it on? Monitoring means checking the working of application in the server level. Which level? These are the 7 stages of the software development lifecycle. These are the 7 stages of. One more time, I'll explain the each part for you. Sir, to create the application, how many teams we require? 2 teams. Team number 1 is development. Team number 2, operation. Development team will do planning, coding, next building and testing. Next, the application will go to which team? What they will do? Deploy, operate, monitor. Is it clear for you now? Okay, fine. This is what you call as software development lifecycle. What we can call it as? Together, these 7 steps we can call it as software development lifecycle. That means if we want to create any kind of software, this software need to pass this lifecycle only. If I want to monitor, I need to operate. If I want to operate, I need to deploy. If I want to deploy, I need to test. That means lifecycle it is following or not, sir? That's it. Okay, sir, fine. You said about the software development lifecycle. It is very clear. But here there are few non-IT people, right? Who are here non-IT? Raise your hands. Fine. Okay. So for people like you, it might be a bit difficult to understand. So then what I'm going to do is, I'll tell one shortcut for you to remember the SDLC. Okay. Shortcut is going to be explained by you only. I'll ask you 2 questions. Answer the 2 questions. All of you watch cricket? In cricket, what is our favorite opponent team? Pakistan, right? For example, we take Pakistan captain is Babar Azam. Correct or not, sir? And next, what is your favorite show in childhood? Tom and Jerry. Obviously, Tom and Jerry or not. So let's take Tom. Okay. So first one is Pakistan captain is Babar Azam. Second one is Tom. Sir, what is the link between software development lifecycle and this Pakistan cricket captain means? Of course, there is no link. But to understand the concept, I'll create one shortcut. For example, if Pakistan Cricket Board has a director called Tom. Pakistan Cricket Board has a director called Tom. That is SDLC. What it is? Unable to believe, right? I'll tell you. P for plan. C for B for T for D for deploy. O for M for clear or not, sir? Clear or not? Is it clear now? If concept is difficult, we are going to create these kind of shortcuts for you. Of course, some concepts in DevOps are very difficult, but to explain these kind of topics, I am going to create this kind of shortcut. First of all, I explain this on technical term. Little bit difficult for understand. But now is it easy to remember or not, sir? Write this example. Write this. Sorry? Okay. Sure. Go. Sir, is the shortcut clear for all of you? What is the shortcut here? Pakistan Cricket Board Directories term. That is called as HDLC. One more time. P for what? Plan. C for code. B for build. T for D for deploy. O for and M for clear now. Shortcut good or not, sir? Okay. That's it. And in the below right note point. Have put the note point? Said by Raham sir. Why? Because I only invited this now. So I need to give my name to here. Okay. I'm just kidding. Don't write that one. Okay, sir. Fine here till now. You know about the what is the meaning of software development lifecycle, and you know how to create one application. To create any kind of application, we need to follow this process only. Planning, coding, building, next. All of you, testing, deploy, operate, monitoring. Okay, sir, fine. It is working good now. But in real time, what happened, you know? These two teams are there now. First one is development team and second one is testing team. Developer will develop the application on local laptop. You all know this point, right? Developers are going to develop the application on. When they develop the application on local laptop, they need to give it to operation team. The operation team is going to put the application into server. Correct or not, sir? Development team will develop the application on local laptop and check the application is working very fine or not. If the application is working very fine, development people will send the code to which team? And operation team, they are going to put the source code on server. Where they are going to put the source code on? Sir, why we are going to put our source code on server? Because if I don't put source code on server, end users can able to use the application? No. So that work is going to be done by operation team. Okay, sir, fine. But when developer gives source code to the operation team, they will upload the source code to servers only. But then what happened exactly after, you know? Source code stopped working abruptly. That means you can sit there. Or some of you can come here. We have a seat here. Okay. Sir, when developer give the source code to operation team upload the source code to the server, sir. But the application what is working on local laptop, it is not working on server. Point clear now? Who gave the source code? Developer. To which team? What they have done? Upload the source code to. But after uploading the source code to server, is my application working fine, sir? Application is not working fine. Why the application is not working fine means there is no communication between development team and operation team. Sir, are these both single team or two teams? That means it is development team and this is operation team. They don't have communication. If they don't have any communication, mistakes will happen or not, sir? Same kind of mistake happen here. Developer is telling that I have given the right code for you. Application is working very good on my laptop, but it is not working on server level. So operation team done some mistake. Now operation team will tell like this. No, I don't know how to write the source code. Only developer given the wrong source code. I upload the source code which is given by our development team only. So mistake is from development team. They are going to fight like this. Sir, when two teams are fighting, is my work going forward, sir? If my work is not going forward, am I going to get the application very speedily? No. There is some miscommunication between development team and operation team. Due to that miscommunication, my application delivery got delayed. What got delayed here? Application delayed. You know what is the mistake here? Some small mistake. Sir, let's consider my application is Java application. Which application? Sir, when I develop the Java application in my local, we need to install Java software or not, sir? But this developer haven't informed to operation team, you need to install Java. Then operation team haven't installed on server. It's a mistake or not, sir? Without Java software, will my code work on server? Miscommunication or not, sir? So due to this kind of miscommunication, our application is going to delay slowly. If my application is going to delay, will my clients let us go freely, sir? Definitely they will inspect or not. So due to happening of these kind of mistakes, we are breaking the wall. That means initially development team and operation team worked as different teams. There is some miscommunication happen. Sir, if they both work as a single team, do you have miscommunication then? If I don't have miscommunication, then fights will happen. If fights are not going to happen, will my work going very speedily or not, sir? This is the base point of DevOps. Before DevOps, we have two teams only. While we are having two teams, there are a lot of miscommunication. To remove the miscommunication, we are removing two teams and we are combining them as single team. What is the name here we came as? DevOps. DevOps means both combination of development team and. Is it clear now for all of you? Before this explanation, you know DevOps means development plus operation. But do you know there is this much of history behind this DevOps, sir? All right. So like this, you are going to learn the subject very deeply. Slowly we are going to learn, but very deeply. Clear now? Okay, sir. Let's recap what are the stuff I have explained you till now. First of all, why we need to use DevOps? All of you need to tell why we need to use DevOps. To deliver the application very speedily. Okay. To create an application, how many teams we require? What are those two teams? Development plus. What are the works of development team? Planning, coding, building, testing. What are the works of operation team? Deploy, operate, monitor. What is the meaning of deployment? Process of installing the application on. If there is no deployment happen, we cannot get the application or not, sir? If there is no deployment, we won't get the application. Okay. Sir, development team gives source code to which team? What is the work of operation team? To upload the source code on server. If they upload the source code only, then only we will get our application. But application will not work when they put on server. Why it is not going to work, sir? There is some miscommunication. If the miscommunication is there, our work is not going to progress. For that purpose, what we are doing? Removing the two teams and combining them as same team. Now they can communicate or not, sir? This is how DevOps came into the market. Okay, fine. You got some clarity now. But before proceeding for the next thing, online, I would like to get clarity from your end. Is the topic clear till now what I said? Can you please confirm me on chat once? If you give me the response, then I can get some clarity, like how much you are getting in this concept. Online, are you able to hear me? Okay, fine. Clear. Okay, sir, fine. You said about DevOps is the combination of both development team and operation team. Fine. Sir, is DevOps a tool or is it DevOps a technology? Like data science, AML, is it technology? Means no. DevOps is a methodology. DevOps is what? The methodology which is used to create the applications and release the applications very speedily. Lot of people will think DevOps is a technology. If you talk about cloud, cloud is a technology, sir. AML, technology. Blockchain, it is also technology. But DevOps is never going to be technology. DevOps is a methodology. What we can call it as the methodology which people follow to release the application very speedily. Clear now? Okay, fine. Sir, in DevOps, what going to happen is if you see the life cycle, what is the life cycle? I mean, like, what is the logo representing here? What does this logo means? Infinity, right? Infinity means what? It is a never ending. Do you have ending for infinity? Sir, why infinity logo given to the DevOps means there is a reason. For example, let's take by implementing DevOps, I create the application called Instagram application. Which application? Instagram application version 1 I am writing. For version 1, do I need to plan or not, sir? Do I need to write the code or not, sir? Next, build, test. Here only new thing is release. DevOps is having the release option. Which option? But in SDLC we have release. That is the only difference. Okay. Next, deploy, operate, and monitoring. Sir, now my version 1 is working very fine, sir. After 6 months, I need to release version 2 or not, sir? If I don't release new version, people lose interest on the application. If I keep updating the application only, my people will use the application. Otherwise, they are not going to use the application. Again, I want to release the version 2 into the market. Which version? Version 2. That means for version 2, I need to write again plan or not, sir? In version 2, I need to do coding or not, sir? Again, building, testing, release, deploy, operate, monitoring. Now again, version 3 I want to release. In version 3, I want to add some more new features. Again, I need to plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate. That is the reason you are using infinite. What we are using? Tell me one question. If our applications stop giving updates, are we going to like the applications? That means application continuously need to give updates. Okay, that means continuously there is a process running behind the scenes. For that purpose, this application will never stop the updating. So the same reason why we are using infinite symbol for the DevOps. Why? Because DevOps is a never-ending process. DevOps is what? Never-ending means there is no stoppage, right? So that is the reason why we are using infinite symbol here. Which symbol? Okay, sir. You said about there is a shortcut for remember the SDLC. What is the shortcut? Pakistan Cricket Board has one director. What is the name of the director? That is called as, you said a shortcut to remember the SDLC. But sir, now I want to remember the shortcut for DevOps. Same example again. This time Pakistan Cricket Board has a doctor. Director become doctor now. What director become? His name is Tom. See, P for plan. C for, B for, T for, R for release, and D for, O for operate, and M for same example or not. The difference between SDLC and DevOps is in DevOps you have the release. Which option we have? But in SDLC, do we have release option, sir? That is the only difference. Is it clear now? You can ask me a question, sir, we are here to learn the DevOps class, right? But why you are teaching the SDLC for us? Is question clear? This doubt you need to ask me. I'll tell you. Sir, as a DevOps engineer, you want to work on application deployment. That means without knowing the life cycle of your application, can you work on application, sir? Highly impossible. You need to learn the end-to-end life cycle. Then only you can be able to work on application. For example, in my real time, my main role and responsibility is to deploy the source code, sir. But without testing the application, can I deploy the source code? Without building the application, can I deploy the source code? That means I need to know all of these activities or not, sir? That is the reason. Okay. As a DevOps engineer, you are going to have the clarity of end-to-end of an application. So we are called as end-to-end engineering. Why? Because we will write the scripts, we will build it, we will test it, we're gonna release, deploy, operate, monitor. Simply we can call this all-in-one. You know all-in-one, right? What are the activities here we have mentioned? Everything we can do. So that is the reason why this much of demand for the DevOps in the market. Do you know the salaries of DevOps actually? If you are having the experience of 3 years, you can get the package of 10 to 16 lakhs. That's an average salary. And for fresher, average is 4 to 5 lakhs. Of course, some companies will offer 3.5 as well. Average salary I'm talking about. Recently, like couple of months ago, one of my students got the job as a DevOps engineer. She got the job as a fresher only. And you know the package of the goal is 6 lakhs per annum as a fresher. I'm not telling about experience. I'm telling about fresher only. And one of my other student got the job with the experience of 3 years. And she got the package of again 14 lakhs per annum. Okay. In market, what is the reason for this much of demand? DevOps means he can do the end-to-end activities. That is the reason for this much of demand. Clear, sir? No? Okay, fine. Sir, before DevOps, there are a lot of models came into the market. Okay, you can ask me why we are using DevOps, why not other models? Means I'll ask you a question. Sir, what is the latest version of iPhone? Which version of iPhone we are using now latestly? 14, right? Before 14, what we have? 15. Before 14, we have 13, man. Confused, okay? Before 13, what we have again? 12. Sir, in iPhone 12, we have some limitations. So then iPhone 13 came into market or not, sir? Again, in iPhone 13, we have some limitations. Again, iPhone 14 coming into the market or not, sir? Like this, DevOps is the best one. But before DevOps also, we have some models. This is what we call as subject analysis. Here, you are not going to learn the subject. If I directly tell you the DevOps, that is subject. But here, I am showing the analysis. Why we are using this model? Why not previous model? What are the limitations and what are the disadvantages? You all need to know. Before DevOps, we have a waterfall model called waterfall methodology. You can call it as waterfall only. All of you know about waterfall, right? Have you ever seen waterfall? Which waterfall you have seen? Just tell any one waterfall name. Huh? Guntal. Guntala. Kuntala. Okay. Sir, if you see waterfall model, waterfall comes from top to bottom or bottom to top? Have you ever seen waterfall going from bottom to top? First of all, is it possible? Same like in waterfall model, what happened, you can come from top to bottom, but you cannot go from bottom to top. So the waterfall methodology is a sequential development process. What is the meaning of sequential? Means step by step. What is the meaning of sequential? So waterfall model is a sequential model which is used to develop the application. It will follow the step-by-step execution. Which execution, sir? And we can work on one step at a time. Sir, for DevOps, you said planning, coding, building, testing, release, deploy, operate, monitoring. Na? For waterfall also, we have some steps here. Your step number 1 is gathering the requirements. What is your step number 1? That means my client will give, you need to develop the Instagram application. In that Instagram application, these are the features you need to cover. They will send one document for you. After sending the document, we need to design the architecture. What we are going to do? After designing the architecture, I am going to instruct the softwares here. Like that means I am going to implement this one. Whatever the architecture I have defined, that architecture I am going to implement here. That means I am going to write my code here. What I am going to write here? After writing the code, now I am doing the verification. What I am doing, sir? Verification means, is the application working very fine? Am I getting errors or am I getting any bugs? These kind of things I'm gonna do it here. For example, sir, see the concept here. They gave me time period of 6 months. How many months? In 6 months, I need to complete the project at any cost. Sir, to gather the requirements, I spend 1 month. How many months, sir? To designing the architecture, I again spend how many months? For implementation, I have taken 2 months. How many months, sir? Totally how many months done? 4 months, correct or not? Now, how many months are remaining here? In these 2 months, I want to verify my application. It is working very fine or not. But after 4 months is done, in 5th month, my tester find a bug on the application. My tester find what? Bug on the application. Let's take banking application. Sir, in banking application, developer write one very beautiful code, sir. But while I'm checking it, when the user withdraw 100 rupees, it is showing 1 lakh rupees. How much it is showing? I withdraw 100 rupees only, but message is sending like withdraw of 1 lakh rupees. What happened to user if they use the application? They will get heart attack. That means my application working very fine, sir, here. My application is working, but is it working accurately? That means all of these 4 months wasted or not, sir? Why? Because for 4 months they worked very hard. Okay. They create the software architecture, they write the source code, they have done anything. But in testing, you have a lot of bugs. Due to that bugs, your 4 months work is waste. Sir, if I want to go back again to implementation stage, I cannot go back. Why? Because it is which model? We can go from top to bottom. Can I go from bottom to top, sir? Is it possible? Then is it method good method or bad method, sir? Why bad method? First one, time is wasting. Second one, you need to wait. Your previous steps are completed. If I want to test the application, I need to wait for 4 months or not, sir? Then all these are disadvantages or not. This is the reason why a lot of people are not using the waterfall model. Which model? Again, waterfall model is a sequential development model where we can work on step by step. How we are going to work here, sir? Step by step. Okay, fine. In waterfall model, can I go back from one stage to another stage? No. That means we have some risk or not, sir? Due to that risk, we are not preferring this model. Okay, sir, waterfall model failed. iPhone 12 failed. What happened? iPhone 13 came into market or not, sir? Like that, again, there is one more model which came into the action after waterfall. That is called as agile model. Which model we can call it as? What is the meaning of agile? Like general meaning I am asking. Agile. Agile means speedily. What is the meaning of agile? In this agile model, what are the limitations on waterfall model? We can overcome that one. In waterfall, we cannot go back to a single step. Second thing, at a single point of time, how many stages can you need to work, sir? Single point of time, I can work on only one stage. Third thing is, sir, if I want to test the application, first of all, I need to wait entire source code is written by developer or not, sir? If developer write the entire source code only, then only I can test my application. But in agile, things are not going to work like that. Things are very clear. For example, let's take Mark Zuckerberg is there. He have the idea to implement the Instagram application. Which application? He gave all the requirements in some paper to my manager. They send one document for me. In that document, they said my application is Instagram. I want 5 services on my application. They send me everything. Now my manager take the requirement from the client and he said to design the architecture, we need how many months? And to develop and to testing. Totally how many months, sir? In 14 months, I need to work and I need to give my application to the client. Now what happened, sir, if I want to test the application here, how many months I need to wait here? 12 months or not, sir? But no need, sir. No need. Why? Because in waterfall model, what is the limitation? I can work on single stage at single time. But here I can work on 2 stages at a single time. This is how it is going to work. I'll tell you. The agile methodology is a way to manage the project into several phases. For example, see, in Instagram, how many services you want, sir? 4 services, for example. How many services? In waterfall model, what happened? After completing of the 4 services only, I'll send it to testing team. Correct or not, sir? But here I won't do it. First of all, I'll implement one service on first week. One which week? I'll send it to testing team immediately. Okay. In second week, I'm going to implement one more service. I'm going to send it to the testing team. Again, in third week, again I'm going to implement third service and I'll send it to the. That means here testers are not going to wait for until the code is done. If I write some piece of code, they'll test it immediately. Sir, if the code is okay, it is fine. If the code is not okay, they will tell in very first week or not, sir. Then do I need to wait for 10 months here? No. What is the limitation on waterfall? Single time, single stage. But here single time, we can work on multiple stages or not, sir. That is what you call as agile model. Which model? So here, both development and testing activities are going to be done at same time. First of all, developer writes source code. Within next week, we are going to test the source code. Again on second week, developer gives some new code. Tester will test the New code. Again on third week, he will give some more new code. They will test the source code or not, sir. This is what you call as agile model. Which model? So is the difference between waterfall and agile clear or not, sir? Now you tell me which model is better, waterfall or agile? Why agile? We can do development testing parallelly. But in waterfall, I need to test the application when development is done only. There I am having lot of time waste. But here am I having time waste, sir? Clear for you now? Okay, sir, fine. After agile model, one more model comes into the market. So that means is agile failed means of course in agile we have some limitations. What is the limitation means? Sir, developing and testing you are doing very speedily, but you are not releasing the application into market very speedily. I am doing my work inside the company very good, but application is not given to the user, sir. Then do we have any use of this one? At the real time, who want to use the application means end users. I am developing the application very speedily. I am doing the testing also very speedily, but am I releasing application very speedily here? That means some limitation or not, sir? To overcome that limitations, then DevOps comes into the market. What comes into the market? In DevOps, what you are going to do, you know, whenever you write the source code here, I'll show you. Let me minimize this one. Exactly what happened in DevOps is, for example, let's take the code here like, sir, how many services we create an Instagram application, sir? How many? 4 services. See how it is going to work, you know. For example, in first month or first week, in first week, a service called photos option. Which option? So I developed this photos option, sir. After development and testing, I am directly releasing this service into market. I am not releasing the entire application at a single time. I'll release application slowly, one by one, one by one. In first week, I have developed the photos option. I release this option to the market. And in second week, what happened, you know? Again, I'll plan for the, this time videos uploading option. Which option? I'll do plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate. So now users can able to use the videos option or not, sir? I am not releasing the entire application at a single time. At least some part of the application I am releasing per month or per week. Again in third week, again in week number 3, I am going to release one more new feature. This time I am going to release the feature called collaboration. You know collaboration, right? Or let's take message option. Okay. And again in week 3, I am working on one more new feature called message option. Again, I am going to do planning, coding, building, testing, release, deploy, operate, monitor. Like this continuously loop is repeating or not, sir? Then you tell me, when you compare with agile model with DevOps model, which one is better, sir? DevOps. First of all, we have seen waterfall. Waterfall failed or not, sir? What is the limitation on waterfall? Step-by-step execution. We cannot go back to single step and time is wasting. To overcome that one, which model we have used there? Agile. What is the best example? Like what is the best thing about Agile? In Agile, we can do the development and testing activities both parallelly. Is our time going to be wasted there? No, but what is the limitation? Deployment is not speedily done. Development plus testing will be both same time. But deployment is going to take late. For that purpose, what we came to use now? What is the thing about DevOps means? Again, development, testing, deployment, all three will be done on same parallel times. For example, if I develop the source code, next week he will test the source code. Then later I am going to release the application into the market. Like that, I am breaking the application into several parts. Each part I am releasing individually. How I am releasing, sir? So when you compare to all of these models, is DevOps a good model or not, sir? That is the reason. Is it clear for all of you now? Guys, like the reason why I am explaining this much of depth is how many of you want to go with experience here? Experience. How many want to go with experience here? Okay. So when you want to go with experience, now you need to have a lot of knowledge. Whatever the content I'm delivering for you, with this level of knowledge, you can easily put the 3 years of experience. Why? Because a lot of my previous students who sat here from zero knowledge, now they are working as some experience level. So 3 years of experience, 2.5 years, and they got the good package as well. If you learn the subject very good, you will get a lot of knowledge here. And the level of content as well, whatever the content I'm delivering now, I'll give one PDF for you. You can take that PDF and compare to any other institute. No one will teach this much of depth for you. Okay. That much of vast content we are going to learn on our classes. Is it clear for you now? Okay, sir. Fine till now. Now you said about DevOps is the thing which is going to deliver the application very speedily into market. Have I shown it theoretically for you now? Okay, fine. Now what happened, after this one, completely, let's understand like how the DevOps is going to work. And one more thing also there, Scrum. Scrum is not a special thing like Waterfall and Agile. Scrum is a small group of Agile. What is Scrum here? Small part of Agile. That means like we have Waterfall and Agile, right? Scrum is not a separate methodology. Scrum is a small part of Agile. We will discuss it about later. Don't worry. Sir, when we talk about the history of DevOps, basically DevOps came into the market on which year? In 2008, lot of things happen into the IT industry, sir. If you know about Netflix, right? Netflix collaborated with AWS on the year 2008. From there, cloud market raised rapidly. Second thing, Google, right? Google have an official language. You know that language? Go language. Go language came into the market on same here. And third one, Satyam Computers, right? Current Techem. So Satyam Computers was taken care by taken over by the Techem on that year only. Complete on the IT industry, 2008 year, lot of significance. If you talk about India, 1947 is very big year or not, sir? Why? Because there are a lot of things happen in that time. So in IT industry, 2008 here has lot of importance. Why? Because DevOps comes into the market. Next, Netflix AWS collaboration started. That means cloud market raised at that time. Third one, Google official language called Go language came into the market. And Techem also started on the same year. Okay, fine. Sir, how DevOps originated? That means who invented the DevOps? Means DevOps is invented by no human. Basically, it's small idea actually. Okay. There are two people called Andrew Clay and Patrick DeBios. These are two friends actually. They thought, what if DevOps comes into the market? Okay. In the year 2009, they held a summit at Belgium, sir. In that Belgium, they said that currently we are using Waterfall, Agile and Scrum. These are not good models. Why? Because we have a lot of disadvantages. For example, if we implement a model called DevOps, we will have a lot of advantages. They said like this. After hearing these people words, people start believing if DevOps comes into the market, there will be a lot of advantages for us. So in the 2014, like in the 2009, they started creating one project on DevOps. In the year 2014, they published a article. In that article, they clearly mentioned that when compared to models like Agile model and Waterfall model, if we use DevOps, application will deliver speedily into the market. Second one, cost of implementing is also very less. Third one, customer satisfaction also very high. And fourth one as well, the process is going to be very, very easy for us. Sir, when we are having this much of advantages, are we going to use DevOps or not, sir? Basically, DevOps came into the market on 2008 only. But DevOps craze got on the market on 2014. Which year? Why? Because an article came. In that article, they clearly mentioned that. Okay, if we use DevOps, there are going to be a lot of advantages. Okay, fine then. Sir, if I want to learn DevOps, first of all, what I need to have on my mind? Completely, we are on zero level right here. That means we don't need anything. In DevOps, there are some hundreds of tools actually. How many number of tools? Sir, but do we require all of the tool means? No, we don't require. For example, if you ask me, sir, generally we prefer Telugu, right? To speak, or Hindi or English. Do you know complete Telugu? Is it possible to learn complete end-to-end Telugu? How much we require, that much only we will learn and that much only we will speak. Correct or not, sir? In DevOps also, we have a lot of tools. But we are not going to learn all those tools. How many tools we want? Okay, how many tools we want and how many tools we use on real time? Only that many tools we are going to learn. Now, I'll tell you, if I want to do planning, for planning, I don't use any tools, sir. Okay, for coding, I am going to use Git and SVN. That means here we are not going to write the source code. Again and again, I'm telling, DevOps engineer will never write the source code. Writing the source code is the developer part. Which part it is? But some organizations will ask DevOps people to write the code if they have knowledge on it. Okay. But that doesn't mean DevOps people need to learn the programming language. Even in my organization as well, I worked on all of these companies. I never write the code. But some companies will expect you to write the code. Okay. For building, we can use Maven, Apache, and Gradle. Testing also not going to be done by us. Testing is going to be done by the testing team. Which team? Integration. Jenkins we can use, Bamboo, Hudson we can use. For deployment, we can use Docker, Vagrant, EC2 we can use. For operating, Ansible, Chef, SaltStack, Puppet, and monitoring we can use Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana, Splunk, Prometheus, like these kind of tools we are gonna use. All of these are alternatives, sir. But are we going to learn all alternatives? No. Why means we don't require all of the tools. We require only one tool per one stage. In our course, completely I'm going to teach you these tools. Let me open. So first of all, I'm going to teach you Git. Next, Maven, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Nagios, Terraform, the most advanced tool. This tool you are going for so much of in-depth actually. No one is going to teach you this tool, but you are going to learn at least 10 days for this tool. That much of in-depth we are going to learn here. Next, Nexus, and lastly, in our course completely we are going to learn how many tools, sir? These 10 tools you are going to learn in-depth, not basics. Here on my class, I never teach basic for you. Whatever the subject I am delivering, that is completely in-depth subject. Okay. Even if you want to go with 3 years of experience, this subject is enough to learn. It is part 1 only. Part 1 we are going to learn DevOps. Again, our course is DevOps or DevOps with AWS. So here I am going to teach you AWS as well. In AWS, I am going to teach you EC2, S3, VPC, IAM, RDS, and CI/CD process, SNS, SQS, EBS is there, Elastic Load Balancer, Auto Scaling Group. Okay. These are the concepts you are going to learn. Of course, there are some other concepts as well, like AWS CLI is there, but I haven't mentioned here. Total number of DevOps tools you are going to learn are 10 DevOps tools. How many DevOps tools? And total number of AWS concepts I am going to teach you is 12 concepts. How many, sir? So DevOps point of view, I'm going to teach you 10. And from AWS point of view, I'm going to teach you 12 services. Of course, there are some other services. I haven't mentioned it here. I mentioned on your syllabus copy. Please check that. Okay, sir, fine. Sir, other people can also teach these tools. But why we need to learn from your end only means I'll tell something for about you. Sir, there is a lot of difference between learning the concept and learning the subject. Which one you prefer to learn? Subject or concept? Huh? Why subject, sir? Because if you learn concept, you cannot able to answer all the questions. But if you learn the subject, can you able to think or not, sir? If you think, you can answer or not, sir? In my class, completely I am going to teach the pure subject. You can have the live example as well. Sir, if you see, this is DevOps demo, right? But I can explain simply about DevOps. But why I explain waterfall, and from waterfall, why we came for Agile? All of these are explained or not, sir? That is the difference between learning the concept and learning the... If I teach you only DevOps, that will be the concept. But if I teach you the analysis, how from waterfall to agile, how from agile to DevOps, that is what you call as subject. In my course also, whatever the content I'm going to teach you, completely you are going to learn from end to end. Starting, we are going to go from basic level, 0 level, and we are going for the advanced. So these are the concepts I'm going to teach you lively on the class. And one more thing is, if you learn this course, completely Linux is also free for you. So DevOps, AWS, and third thing is Linux for you. Okay, fine. Sir, next, okay, sir, you said about DevOps and what are the tools of DevOps. If I become DevOps engineer, what I am going to do on real time? That is called as roles and responsibilities. What we can call it as? Sir, as a DevOps engineer, we have a lot of responsibilities. Why? Because simply, I'll tell one thing. DevOps team will be the hero for any organization. That's for damn sure. DevOps engineer will be the hero for any organization. Why? Because, sir, why companies work, sir? To create application or not, sir? Why companies will work? To give application to the client. For example, if DevOps people is not in the company, how the deployment is going to done? Think logically. For example, I create one company. I establish one company. You are my client. You want Instagram application. You are going to consult my company or not, sir? And ask me, Raham, we want this kind of application. So I'll give you money, prepare application for me and release into the market. So what I want to do now, I'll create the application and I'll release the application to the market. Here, deployment means installing the application to server. Sir, who is going to do deployment on real time, sir? In real time, who is going to do deployment? DevOps team. If there is no DevOps team, is deployment going to happen? If there is no deployment, how the application comes to market, sir? Clear or not? Without DevOps engineer, application will never comes to the market. If we are in, application will be in. If we are out, application will be never comes into the market. So don't worry about the career on DevOps. DevOps is an evergreen career. Why? Because if application want to comes to the market, we need to be there in company. In recent, you heard about the what called recession, right? In recession, DevOps engineer jobs are safe only. No one lost the job on DevOps. Okay, that's it. Okay, sir, fine. Here, coming to the roles and responsibilities. First of all, we need to learn about the architectures. What we need to learn about? Cloud architecture, I am going to teach you. Server architecture. There is a concept called 3-tier architecture. Okay, and network architecture. This point I'm going to teach you. Second thing, configuration and maintaining the infrastructure. This I'm going to teach you with the help of Terraform tool. Which tool? To configure the infrastructure, to create the infrastructure end to end. That means if I give one file, if you run that file, completely 3-tier architecture will be deployed. That to automation way, not manually, automation. Next, I need to run the CI/CD pipelines. What we need to run? This you are going to do with the Jenkins. For first two roles and responsibilities, you are going to work on AWS. Second, configuration management. We are going to use what? Terraform for CI/CD pipelines. For daily task automation, we can use Ansible or you can use shell script as well. Both we can use. Depends upon the requirement. Sometimes I'll run Ansible playbook and sometimes I'll run the shell script as well. Next, continuous monitoring. For monitoring, we are going to use the Nagios here. What we are going to use, sir? And for collaboration with all teams, there is no tool for it. We need to communicate with the developers, testers, and every team in the company. And last one, we need to know the migration of monolithic to microservice. For migrating of monolithic to microservice, I'm going to use the Docker and Kubernetes, sir. What I'm going to use? That means completely our end-to-end DevOps tools covered or not, sir, here? That's it. Of course, Git and Maven are not covered. That is going to be included on every stage of the application. That's it. So, coming to one more time, tell me the roles and responsibilities. What is the first one? Architectures is the first one. Second one, we need to maintain the, by using which tool? Terraform. Next one, we need to write the, by the end of the course, you will write any pipeline. If I give pipeline, within 5 minutes, you will write the pipeline. That much of in-depth you are going to learn. Writing the pipelines are very easy. Okay, if you know the concept, you can write pipeline for any playbook or any manifest file. Next, for automating daily tasks, what we are going to use? Ansible or shell script. For monitoring, what we are going to use, sir? Nagios. Collaboration, that means we need to speak with all other teams actually, okay? Next, migrating for monolithic to microservice. For microservice, what kind of tools we are using? Docker and Kubernetes. Okay, fine. Sir, here next what I'm going to do is, sir, you said about the architectures and you said about like roles and responsibilities. You said about tools as well. But sir, if I want to become a DevOps engineer, how I need to create my roadmap? Here I said about programming language, right? I am clearly telling one more time. If you have the programming knowledge, it will be advantage. But still, if you don't know programming language, you can get a job on DevOps. Lot of people will have some misconception. If I write the code only, then only I'll get the job. It is not correct, guys. I'll ask you a question. Lot of people will believe DevOps people need to learn the coding, right? Before coming to class. I'll ask you one question. If DevOps people write the source code, what is the work of developers? What they will do in company? Then no need of developers, right? We can remove the jobs, right? But sir, in real time, are developers losing the jobs there? No. See, DevOps engineer, if they have coding skill, it will be advantage. But that doesn't mean we definitely must and should need to write the source code. There is a lot of misunderstanding this point for you people, okay? Coding is optional. If you learn, very good. Still, if you don't learn, it is fine. But definitely as a DevOps engineer, we need to have the Linux programming, like Linux operating system we need to learn. Why? Because without Linux, you cannot work on servers. Next, source code management tool, Git you need to learn. After learning the Linux, go for the Git. Later, we are going to learn the build and integration tool, that is Maven and Jenkins. After that, testing is not a part of our work, so remove the testing here. Deployment and configuration. Deployment and configuration we are going to do on EC2 and Ansible. Of course, you can do it on containers as well. You can do deployment on pods. You can do deployment on containers. You can do deployment on server as well. I'll tell all of this. Next, after doing deployment, what we are going to do? For monitoring, we are going to learn Nagios. And finally, we are going to learn at least one cloud platform. That can be AWS, or that can be GCP, or that can be Azure. Sir, in all of these clouds, which one is better? And why it is better means always AWS. Why? Because the market share of AWS is 34%. How much, sir? And the market share of Azure is only 19%. How much? Sir, have you seen the difference between 34 and 19? Almost all 15%. How much? And if you ask about GCP, GCP market value is only 9%. So AWS is 34, Azure is 19, and GCP is 9. Sir, among these, which cloud is better, sir? That's the reason I take AWS with DevOps, okay? That's it. And of course, there are a lot of jobs in Azure and GCP as well. But if you have 100 jobs as a DevOps engineer, 50% will maximum recommend AWS cloud only. More than 50 plus simply. Okay. Azure, GCP, Salesforce are very minimal actually. That's it. Okay, sir, fine. So lastly, you said the demo. After listening the demo, I got some clarity. Before coming to demo and after coming to demo, do you have the clarity of DevOps and what we are going to do, sir? Is it clear for all of you? But still you will have some doubts and queries. Instead of asking you, I'll create doubt as myself and I'll resolve it for you. Why? Because I don't want to stress my students very much. Okay. First doubt is, sir, can a fresher get a job on DevOps? Absolutely, you can get. There are some live examples. Previously, a lot of people came here with zero knowledge, and now they are working as DevOps engineer. Okay. So if you can ask me companies, like my students are working on MNCs only. So TCS, Wipro, Cognizant. So these companies are going to hire freshers. Okay. If you have a good knowledge, they can definitely hire you. And you know the company called Passive company. Recently, like it's on Jubilee Hills, I think so. Jubilee Hills and Madhupur. So recently, 4 of my DevOps people got the jobs as a fresher pay. And now the package is 3.5 lakhs average. Freshers, don't worry about your jobs, you will get the jobs. And one more thing is, how to get the jobs means our Naresh IT is providing placement support. Okay. So after done with your course, you can enroll for the jobs there. Next, sir, can non-IT learn this course? Means definitely. Sir, this course I am starting with 0 level. That means you don't require any previous skills. I am starting from 0, right? So anyone is eligible to learn the course. Even if you are from civil, mechanical, or degree background, any kind of people can easily learn this course. Why? Because we are starting from the scratch. Next, sir, does it require coding? I won't tell you the answer. You tell me. Sir, is it required coding? It is optional. If you want to learn, based upon your interest, you can learn, but there is no mandatory. Next, sir, can I change my job into DevOps domain? Of course, there are a lot of people who are working as developers, testers, and some people will work on other field as well. Some people will work as a telecaller and Google Maps and Apple Maps, like these kind of domains we have, right? Some people might work on these kind of domains as well. Don't worry, you can switch from one job to another job. In IT or non-IT, when you have the perfect skills and when you know how to find the jobs, you can easily switch. Companies will expect the subject from you. If you are good at technically, they won't see your background, you are from where and previously what you have done. If you can deliver what they expect, they can definitely hire you. For example, sir, a live example I'll take you. I want to construct a building, sir. What I want to construct? To construct a building, I need lot of people or not? For example, one guy is working as a Zomato part-time employee, but he know how to do painting. He learned the painting. I can hire him or not, sir? Same like companies will expect only one thing, technical stuff. If you are good at technical, they will definitely give a chance for you. Next, sir, do I need to learn all alternative tools? No. For each stage, how many tools we need to learn? One stage is required. I mean, for one stage, we need to learn only one single tool. And finally, we are going to learn DevOps with AWS, right? As a DevOps engineer, you need to have some minimal idea about cloud. Completely learning of cloud is not required. In this course, I am already teaching you cloud, right? So 50%, like 40 to 50 of your cloud is going to cover by here only. So this course is enough. Of course, based upon your interest, if you want to learn AWS separately, I will suggest to learn. But there is no recommendation to learn. But if you want to learn on your interest, you can go and you can learn AWS as well. So these are the most frequent doubts that is going to ask by the people who came to demo. And one more thing is, you can ask me, sir, there are a lot of institutes and there are a lot of trainers, but why we need to choose only you? Means with the course, whatever the content I'm delivering is large content. I already said now, you can take my syllabus copy. You can compare to any edutech platform or any training institute. You cannot find the large content than me. Whatever the content I'm delivering, right? It is the best content and very big content. Second thing is, with this course, if you want to go with the experience of 3 years, you can go. Why? Because lot of people who came here with zero knowledge, they are working with experience. And I'll tell one live example for you. In our lab, we have one mentor. What he will do, you know, he will do the assignments given for the experienced people who is working on abroad. Whatever the task that companies assign to them, he will take support. Like the people who is working on abroad, right? Those people are taking support from him, and he is my student. Okay. Whatever the content I'm delivering here, he is learning the content and he is giving support. with that support work also is yelling a lot of things there. Okay. So this content is equivalent for 3 years of experience. That's for damn sure I can give. Third thing is, sir, one other thing is here in my course, I'm going to provide you the PDFs, live notes as well. Okay. Of course, this is going to provide by everyone. So forget about this one. And apart from this, I'm going to show you how to create the LinkedIn accounts and how to optimize your LinkedIn accounts. Why? Because, sir, in this modern world, if you want to get the job, definitely we need to create the LinkedIn. Without LinkedIn accounts, we cannot get the referrals, right? So all of you need to create the LinkedIn accounts. In class only, I'll teach you how to create the LinkedIn accounts and how to get the referrals from the LinkedIn accounts. Next one, special care taken for the people who are going with some experience. For example, if you are IT or non-IT, we are going to allocate mentors. Mentors means after class is done, you can go to the lab and you can practice. For each of you, what I'm going to do is we are going to allocate few mentors. For example, I'll create 5 people in one batch. And for that batch, I'm going to allocate you a mentor. Whatever the doubts and queries you are having, mentor will help you. Along with mentor, I'll be there in lab. In class, I'm teaching the subject, right? I'll come to the lab. In lab also, whenever you are having doubts and queries, I'll be there to resolve all your doubts and queries. And last thing is, personality development. You know this one, right? For example, lot of soft skills you need to improve here. Okay, while you are going for IT, you need to have a lot of soft skills. No one is going to teach soft skills. But in my class, I'm going to teach you some soft skills as well. For example, if you want to give self-intro, how to give a self-intro, I'll teach on class 5. If you want to attend for a group discussion, how to handle the group discussion. And if you are attending for an interview, what are the things you need to follow? These kind of activities also going to be teach here, and there is no separate fees for it. Whatever the fees you are paying for DevOps, right? What are the factors I mentioned? Everything will be completely free of cost for you. Okay. So this is the reason why to select. And again, I am not asking you to blindly join here. Just compare this with any other you want. And if you find this is better, you can directly come to here. So finally, this is the demo about the DevOps. So at last, I want to ask you only one thing. How the demo is for you?